I know you can see my browser. That was the point. Alright, so. Latonya, the naughty horse. Can you guys all hear me okay? I'm going to assume you can. Sylvia Scott Gibson was born on August 14th, 1953, in Mound Bayou, Mississippi. She has previously worked with handicapped children and is currently a co-inventor. She lives in Long Beach, California, with her husband and 6 of her 8 children, and enjoys writing poetry and children's stories, also procreating. The author would like to thank God. Thank you, God. So we've established a few things here about Sylvia Scott Gibson before we even start to read this story. Harpy! Oh, thank you, Harpy. I probably should have Twitch alerts on this screen, and I don't. Thank you for the sub, though. Can we get some kit love in the chat for Harpy? Harpy, you are awesome. Thank you so much. So we've established a few things about Sylvia Scott Gibson. 1, she is terrible at writing her own bio, because this is obviously hers. 2, she really does not know what birth control is. And 3, apparently, when saying that she would like to thank God, she then has to quote herself saying, "Thank you, God." We're off to a great start. Drugs. Using drugs will kill, so be for real. Using drugs is not a good idea. You can call me names, and you can talk about me too. I don't use drugs, and neither should you. I'm going to assume she wrote this poem. It sounds like something that this woman would write, and that's knowing 1 page of her story, because I did not read ahead on this, for the record. Like, I have gotten about this far. This is the first page that I have seen. The illustrations actually aren't that bad. I'm rather impressed. But here is the story of Latonya, the naughty horse. One warm and sunny day in the spring, Latonya, the naughty horse, and 2 of her sisters wanted to go outside to play in the woods and write run-on sentences with no punctuation. So sisters Latoya and Daisy asked their mother, Sylvia, and father, James Horse, if they could go outside to play. Now, I can't decide if his last name is Horse, because it's not capitalized, or if he's just James Horse, like, if he's the horse. I have no idea. This is gonna be good. Can I make the pictures bigger? Here, Does that work? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's fine, Kevin. I'm not going to rearrange my whole scenario, my whole setup here just for this, Kevin. It's not happening. Yes, you may go outside to play. I don't know why, because they're already outside. I mean, they're in a fucking pasture, said Mother Horse, which is capital. So is that her name? I'm confused now. But please get home before sundown so you can do your chores. The 3 sisters promised to get home before sundown. They were happy to go outside to play, so they ran into the woods as fast as they could. Why is there a semicolon? The fuck is there a semicolon there for? Sylvia, that is not how you use a semicolon! Latonya, the naughty horse, and her 2 sisters played many fun horse games there. I'm assuming that Latonya, the naughty horse, is just her name at this point. Suddenly, Latoya heard a scary noise in the bushes. This is just going to get better, I think. Did you hear that noise? She asked her 2 sisters. Yes, said Daisy Horse. I heard the noise. Latonya, the naughty horse, then made the same scary noise as they had heard in the bushes. Mother and Father Horse told us to use our own minds, said Daisy Horse to her sister Latonya. Latonya, you shouldn't do things you see others doing, she continued. Latonya, the naughty horse, was just like the old saying, monkey see, monkey do. She did everything she saw others doing. I don't even have words for that. The noise Latonya made scared away whatever was in the bushes, so the 3 sisters kept playing in the woods. Okay, so something in the bushes made a noise. She emulates the noise, and it ran away. Well, it's clearly not a bird. The horse's middle name is the Naughty. Yes, I like that. Her middle name is the Naughty. A little while later, they heard another noise, but it was not scary this time. The 3 sisters looked toward the bushes and saw 4 horses from the town. The other horses came over to Latonya and her sisters. They said, "Hi, will you please play with us?" Apparently, these are the horses from The Shining. "Yes, we will play with you," said Latonya. "Let us introduce ourselves to you," the strange horses said. "My name is Connie, and these are my sisters, Crystal, Jackie, and Angie." They all said, "Hi," and and Latonya introduced her sisters and herself to the strange horses. I know this is supposed to be a children's book, but oh my god. Connie, the oldest horse, said, "Let's play a smoking game and a drinking game." This is gonna go downhill fast. I'm just calling it now. "No way," said Daisy and Latoya. "We do not smoke or drink." Pfft, losers. Connie started smoking drugs and drinking, and Connie's sisters also started smoking drugs and drinking. So when Latonya, the naughty horse, saw Connie smoking drugs and drinking, Latonya started smoking drugs and drinking too. It's four. It's 4 smoking drugs and drinking in a row. 4. "No, Latonya, you should not smoke or drink," Daisy and Latoya said in unison. Like, I'm curious, because are they really the kids from The Shining? Because this is starting to get weird. I'm just making that face that I make when I'm too happy to do anything else. Fucking Kevin. Remembering what their mother and father had told them about drinking and smoking drugs. Oh, so now we've gone from smoking drugs and drinking to drinking and smoking drugs. So you know what? She's got a little bit of versatility here. She can flip-flop phrases. It's really talented. It's supposed to be terrible, Gunny. That's the point. Then Daisy slapped the alcohol and drugs out of Latonya's hoof. Latonya soon found out that smoking and drinking were not as good or as easy as they looked when Connie was smoking drugs and drinking. Well, it's kind of hard to smoke a joint when you don't have any thumbs. Oh my god, this is phenomenal. Alright. Latonya, the naughty horse, started feeling sick and dizzy from the drug smoke and alcohol. "I feel sick to my stomach," said Latonya. "I feel very dizzy." "You should have said no. You should not do things just because you see others doing them," said Daisy to Latonya. This is fucking phenomenal. What? The pictures are right there! You can see them! Stop it! "You know Mom and Dad," which are again capitalized, the punctuation, God help me, "told us all about smoking, drinking, and drugs," continued Daisy Horse. "If anyone tries to get you to smoke, drink, or do drugs, just say, 'No way.'" I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. Oh my god, I don't know if I'm going to make it. T-Love, this is the worst book I've ever read. Yes, it is. That's right, Jimbo. Very good. Good on the horse knowledge there. Connie, the oldest horse. Wait. When the fuck was that determined? She's just the oldest of her sisters. Anyway. Wasn't satisfied. She wanted Latoya and Daisy to smoke drugs and drink also. I'm going to stop this right here. If I have, like, okay, if I walk into a party and I've got a bottle of wine, right? And I'm like, "Hey, who wants some wine?" And everyone's like, "Nah, we're not in the mood." I'm going to be like, "Fuck yeah, more for me." I'm not going to be there and sit there and be like, "Motherfuckers, drink this wine." I'm going to be like, "Okay, all right, that's my wine now." I feel like I need to go get a glass of wine for this, actually. Okay, I can do this. Connie said to Daisy and Latoya, "You are square. You cannot be with us because you won't smoke or drink." Daisy and Latoya Horse did not care what they called them. They did not smoke drugs or drink. Daisy said to Connie, "We do not want to be with you because you are bad. Smoking drugs and drinking is harmful to the body." Daisy Horse said to Latonya Horse, "I hope you have learned a lesson." "Smoking and drinking is not okay," said Latoya to naughty horse Latonya. Okay. How many pages are there in this? Okay, I think we're over halfway through. "It is harmful to the body," said Daisy to naughty Latonya, repeating her sister. "We are going to take you home and tell Mother and Daddy Horse all about the bad horses we met and what they tried to get us to do. We are going to tell Mom and Dad you were smoking drugs and drinking with those bad horses." Is his fucking name Dad or Daddy? Because we're capitalizing these words, which tells me that they're pronouns, because they're not at the beginning of the fucking sentence! So why are they capitalized? What is happening here? What is wrong with basic fucking grammar? Alright. Please don't tell on me, said Latonya, crying. I won't drink or smoke drugs anymore. Daisy said, I am sorry, Latonya. We must tell Mom and Dad Horse on you for your own good. Daisy Horse and Latoya Horse took naughty Latonya Horse home. I want to count how many times the word horse is in this book. And then I want to count the number of pages. Okay, I can do this. They told their mother and father, which are suddenly not capitalized, about the bad horses they met in the woods. Mother Horse and Daddy Horse were both happy and sad. They were happy about Latoya and Daisy being smart enough to say, no, we do not smoke drugs or drink. They were sad because Latonya was naughty. She did not listen to them. She did what she saw other horses doing. Mother Horse and Daddy Horse explained to Latonya how drinking and smoking drugs is harmful to the body and brain. Repeating their daughters. Oh God, the picture. Latonya, drugs are bad for you, said Mother and Father Horse, like the children from The Shining, in unison. I had a friend who secretly took drugs, said Father Horse. He accidentally took an overdose and died, said Father Horse. There's a horse crying. Look at the horse is crying. Tears coming from the horse's eye. And I would like to point out that this horse is dead, and that is a smoking joint. Now, first of all, anyone who knows anything about weed knows joints only burn when you inhale. And also, you can't die from a THC overdose. Well, I mean, you would have to, like, inject THC. Just saying. Like, you're not going to die from smoking weed. Okay. If he had only listened to me, continued Father Horse, he would be alive today. I told him to stop taking drugs because drugs can kill. So Latonya promised she would never smoke drugs or drink alcohol again, no matter who she saw smoking drugs or drinking. Oh my God, this is golden. Mother and Father, I heard some horses talking about how good drugs and alcohol make you feel, said Latonya. But Mom and Dad, today I personally learned that drugs and alcohol don't make me feel good at all. Mother and Father, I also heard some horses talking about getting high. I didn't know what they were talking about, so I asked them what getting high meant. Who's messaging me? And it better be fucking important right now. What the? Wait a minute, hold on. I need to go to my... No, I want to leave this page, yes. Connect. Jimbo! Can we get some hearts in chat for Jimbo, please? I'm pretty sure Jimbo just bought me a new microphone. Maybe it was super weed, you don't know. Be for real. Yeah, I know, right? That was the beginning of the book. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. Okay. I injected 420s in my eyeballs once. I'm dead now. Okay. They told me it meant using all kinds of drugs. Wait, since when does getting high mean using all kinds of drugs? Like, getting high can mean all kinds of things. I mean, my prescription pain meds make me high. It's not an intentional thing, it's a side effect. Anyway. Mother and Father, I think they have their words mixed up a little bit. They should say getting low means using all kinds of drugs. I felt so bad and low after I used drugs. Mother and Father, I am glad you explained drugs to me. We are happy that you learned to never use drugs again, said Mother and Father Horse. This is fucking... Kevin, where did you find this? Oh, God, this is so glorious. Well, that's because you're diabetic, Kevin. That doesn't count. I will never, ever use any drugs again, said Latonya, repeating herself for the millionth time. Mother and Father, if anyone ever offers me drugs, I know how to say, no way, without any spaces in front of that. Why? I learned personally that drugs are a no-no, said Latonya, the naughty horse. Why is she still the naughty horse? Latonya's mother and father smiled with delight. They were happy about their little Latonya learning to say no way to drugs. So Mother Horse, Sylvia, and Father Horse, James, which I don't know why gave Latonya a big kiss and a big hug, without arms, for learning to say no way to drugs. Oh God, there's more. Oh God, there's a question and answer section. Questions. Circle the correct answer because drawing in books is totally acceptable behavior. 1. If anyone offers you drugs, what would you say? Well, if it's my doctor, I'm going to be like, all right. Who was the naughty horse? Well, it depends on who was in my bed last night. No, I'm just... Who does Latonya and her sisters... who asked Latonya and her sisters to play a smoking and drinking game? Some horses with some very white names. Who learned to say no way to smoking, drugs, and drinking? No one in this chat room. Who made the same scary noise that had no relevance to the book whatsoever, which Daisy and Latoya heard in the bushes, which implies that Latonya didn't hear it, which makes it more impressive that she was then able to mimic it? Yeah. Yeah, answers on the next page, in case any of that was confusing. Latonya promised she would never smoke drugs or drink again, no matter who she saw smoking drugs or drinking. Latonya learned that smoking drugs or drinking is not okay. Latonya, the naughty horse, also learned that you should not do something just because you see others doing it. Latonya learned to say no way to drugs.